this is David from New Blog Hosting, and I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about migrations. What is a migration? The different types of migrations and how we handle migrations. Having a blog migrated or any website migrated to a new host is probably the number one reason that people don't move their blog. They're afraid something's going to get lost. They're afraid it's not going to go well. They're afraid something's going to crash. There's a number of reasons, and part of being a good host is understanding the proper steps to take for a migration to be successful, to do everything in the correct way, to minimize downtime. And we've got some unique methods. I mean, they're not necessarily groundbreaking, that we use to make sure that the customer has a painless, sometimes seamless experience in migrations. We've done roughly 1,500 migrations here at New Blog Hosting, and a lot of our clients, when we do one, they don't even know it's over with. They don't even know it's done. I mean, it's a matter of giving us the correct info. We jump in and try to make it as seamless as possible. Now, I won't go over every type of migration, but I would like to go over some of the more popular ones, some of the most common ones, what we see the most. If your existing host has Cpanel Backups, we can jump in your Cpanel, make a backup, transfer that backup to our servers, and then do the exact opposite. Unpack that Cpanel backup. And what that Cpanel backup is think of moving a house. You're going to throw everything in the U-Haul, you're going to close the door, right? That's what a Cpanel backup does. Then when you get to the new house, which would be your new host, if that host takes the proper steps, there are commands you can run from the command line that your administrator should do for you to unpack that backup. You'll go in, make sure the software versions match. To make a long story short, your PHP handler, your htaccess files, and a few other things. It should be an exact copy of what was on the previous host. Like I said, it's like moving house. You pack everything in that suitcase, everything you got. You zip it up, you take it to that new host, you unpack it. Now what we do is, once it's unpacked, we don't run and change those name servers and say you're done. No. We jump in there, make sure it loads, make sure it works, make sure your WP admin works for you. We will really jump in there and make sure you've got a working website. And then when we're ready and we have your permission, we change those name servers where your domain is registered to get things moving over to us. And that's what starts the traffic flow from one host to another. When you change those name servers, the traffic flow changes. So that gives you some idea of how that works. Now keep in mind what some people forget. When you change that name server, every internet provider out there in the world has to update. So if it takes your internet provider 30 minutes, you're seeing the website on a new server in 30 minutes. Some internet providers, it'll take up to 24 hours. So that's why we tell you, once that migration starts, make sure you don't make any posts without making a backup on your computer, just in case something was to get left behind. That's just something we do, something we share. That's just a good piece of information. That's what a Cpanel to Cpanel migration is. That is when you pack one up and unpack it on the new host, change the name servers, you're good to go. Now the other method, some people use what's called a cloning software. This is when you don't have a cPanel based server, or in the case of some hosts, they've turned off the backups. You can't go in there and make a cPanel backup anymore. They don't want you to leave. Well, there's ways around it. We've got some cloning software that we use that we can jump in there and make a clone of your website and then do similar to the cPanel backup and clone that website back on our server. So there's 2 copies. Then you switch the DNS to ours and you do away with the old copy. That's just, it's a little more time consuming that way, but it makes sure the client gets what they need. So our first option of migration is cPanel. Our second option is cloning software. Now the third option gets really techy. If your host allows SSH access, and what that is, if you remember the Microsoft DOS days or MS-DOS and you're looking at that command line with that flashing cursor, you can go in there and do what's called an rsync. That is RSYNC, and do a direct copy from server to server. And you can image everything and get a correct image of your website from one server to another. rsync is what I would consider second in line under cPanel backups. That makes sure you've got an exact copy. Like I said, some hosts won't do migrations. Some hosts charge you for them. Not only will we do them, we don't charge you for them. We want you to come move into our service, be happy, and if you need anything, you let us know. We'll keep you up to date on those migrations. We understand that you need some hand holding here. That's what we do. So if you're out there on one of those other hosts that a lot of bloggers see as popular, and you want to move or you want to try something different, come on over. Ask me about a coupon code. Dial our number at the top of our website. Dial that 1-800 number. Talk to me. I'll be glad to help you. And I know that migration is the strenuous part. Give us a shot at it. If you don't like what we do, I'll give you your money back, no questions asked. Again, this is David, newbloghosting.com. Don't forget to ask me about that coupon code to get you 20% off. That is social20 is the coupon code. That'll get you some hosting for $28. And we'll still do that migration, still get you that backup. And we'll keep rolling with these informational and tutorial videos. We're here for the community. We want to help you. If we can do anything for you, drop us a line. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.